What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Jess. You're watching Keto Rewind. Thank you for clicking on today's video. I have a great video for us today. I've got lots of great news. I have obviously my weekly weigh-in with a big drop this week. I have what I've learned from overcoming my emotional eating and lots more. So let's jump into the week 165 update. So real quick, thank you LMNT Electrolytes for sponsoring this video. More on that coming up as I dive into this week 165 update. So first things first, I'm not a doctor, not a healthcare professional, not an expert. This is just my story of how I am overcoming emotional eating, morbid obesity, rewinding my health from morbidly obese to a healthy weight, and everything in between. So you do you. So as far as the Yes to You challenge, I am crushing it. When I tell you, it makes so much difference when you believe in what you do and you live it and you breathe it and you do it for the right reasons, not because it's the popular thing to do or the easy thing to do, or but when you're truly 100% all in, it is so refreshing. So I'm glad I took this step. I'm a little frustrated that I got so off track, but it was never really the right answers because it wasn't solving the root of the problem, because that meant I had to accept facts about myself that I didn't want to. Carbaholic, food addict, emotional eater. It would mean I'd have to accept those things. It would also mean I'd have to kind of go against the grain of what my channel is right now. I knew I had to fix it, and it was probably the best way for me to gain strength to be able to fix or overcome this part of the journey. So, and then the last thing was, like, I'm a people pleaser. I wanted to put out good content that, would apply to a lot of people. And instead, my journey kept getting back and back and back on the back burner. And next thing you know, I'm up 50 pounds from my lowest point, and it was like a hard pill to swallow, if you will, or a huge thing to accept. So basically, that is how I came up with the inspiration of the challenge. So when it came to deciding to go carnivore or ketovore, which basically Monday through Friday, I eat carnivore with my dad. On the weekends, we do clean keto, or very strict keto, very basic keto. Meat and vegetables, that's it. And the idea behind that was, if I'm truly addicted to food, or addicted to sugar, addicted to carbs, the only way to really treat that is to take them out of the picture and relearn how to live and relearn how to cope. So, and the idea behind that is, if those triggers and all of that was quiet, what's going inside my head, the urge to eat, the urge to self-soothe, the urge to snack, the urge to, just overeat, all of those things, if you took that out, now you have to learn how to live without those things. And it's like a learning process, and boy, did it quiet down the noise. Oh my gosh, it's like it's a night and day change. I will say, I'm not going to be carnivore forever. Like, I love my vegetables, but the end goal is to live a keto low carb lifestyle. But I can't even get to that point yet until I get a handle on the addiction to sugar, to simple carbs. So basically, this was my way to take the noise out and sit there and relearn good, healthy habits, get those strong so that they're the normal before I enter that next step where I'm like, okay, I can have some carbs. But there's no way in hell you can even overcome an addiction without really addressing the underlying issues. And I was not addressing the emotional side of a weight loss journey. I thought I could out-exercise it. I thought I could smart it. I thought I could beat myself at its own game. No. The only way to overcome it is to address the issues going on. And that's what I'm working on right now. So took the noise out, aka all the carbs, all the triggers, all the snacking. I took that all out of the equation. And what's left was Jess's normal life, eating basic foods, and now work on those stresses that come up. Every day there's something that'll stress you out or make you mad, or, and now I'm learning how to cope without those things over there. allows me to just retrain myself, retrain the way I think of foods, the way I talk to myself, that whole thing. And it has been so good. I highly recommend you try something like this if you are struggling in the way that I have been for like the past year. So I feel like eating this way, whether it's carnivore during the week with 0 carbs or keto on the weekends with like 20 total carbs, I have literally, I don't even know the last time I craved something, and it's been a little over 2 weeks, but to have that silence in my head, like, ooh, I would love to have a French fry right now. Like those triggers that are in the head have been silent. It's like they left the building. It's crazy. I also have 0 hunger. I haven't felt hunger in 2.5 weeks because eating high protein, high fat, I'm satiated. I don't have the urge to, my body's not sending me the signals to go eat because it's satisfied. I stay fuller longer. And the hunger thing, when you're not hungry, food's not on your mind. So it's like, again, silencing the noise. The triggers that normally, like when I went out to eat after my daughter's softball game this past weekend, and they had French fries on their plate, which I normally would just grab some of their French fries. Zero interest in grabbing their French fries. It's just so crazy to be able to power through all of these little situations. And it's only been 2.5 weeks. It's just been so comforting to have control back, like to feel in control, to see progress, and it has been life-changing. So I honestly feel to overcome the emotional eatings, the carb triggers, all of that I had to take away, and all of those carbs, and get back down to the basics and feel good again, get that strength back, the confidence back, the momentum going, and I can feel myself addressing emotions appropriately now instead of soothing them with food, and eating around the clock. And so it also gave me the power to like say no, or say I choose not to have XYZ because it's gonna get in the way of my goals. I don't want it. And it was very empowering. So basically the chaos that has been in my head for a while is quiet, and I've been at peace, and it's weird. It's almost like this isn't really, it can't be this easy, like there should be way more obstacles, but it's been so easy to do it. So the other cool thing about eating this way is the hormone response when you eat, to get that full feeling that your brain relays and says, okay, that's plenty of food, that's all you got, put the fork down. That is a lot easier to signal now when I'm eating this way. So when I'm eating, I'll have 2 hamburgers for lunch or something, like 2 quarter-pound hamburgers for lunch loaded with mustard. By the time I'm almost finished with that burger, I feel full. And that is something that has not been so apparent in my brain. Like I don't know if it's just because the signal was being ignored in the past, or I was eating so quickly that I didn't get a chance to get the signal. I don't know, but I felt like when I eat carbs, I could be a bottomless pit. Eating this way, I'm eating my food, and my plate looks kind of empty because it's just some meat, or protein, I should say, but by the time I'm almost through eating it, I'm so full, like, oh man, I'm stuffed. But another thing I did was I drink water at my meals now, and I didn't do that before, and the water does help make you feel that fullness. And you feel that bit right here, it's like, oh, I've had enough, and it's been really cool to feel that and not feel like a bottomless pit. And then to go so long in between meals without any need for snacking, it's been life-changing. Oh man. All right, so as far as snacking goes, there is 0 snacking. I'm not hungry. Literally not hungry. I forget, like it's by lunchtime, I'm like, okay, well I gotta make something, but I'm not like ravenous. So that's a really cool thing. But there's been a few times where I did need something, and what I did was make protein chips. And I've made this on my video a long time ago. You basically take a nice quality of lunch meat, like for instance, I was doing boar's head Cajun turkey, and I dehydrate it in my oven for like 3-4 hours until it's crispy. Throw that all in a Ziploc bag, and when I'm hungry, I'll have like 4 meat chips. And it's basically like a crunchy piece of sliced meat that is 100% pure protein, and it's satiating. So I snack on protein chips, and if I need to snack, I don't have to snack often, or if I just need a quick meal because it's going to be a little while so I can eat, I grab those and I log them in like I would a normal slice of lunch meat. So typically 4 or 5 meat chips, they shrink down to like this big when they're dehydrated, but you know, I log them in raw and I got, you know, 30 grams of protein out of that. I mean, it's so easy. So another thing my mom cooked this week was protein sparing modified fasting calzones. Those were really fun. And I'm not doing protein sparing modified fasting, but this recipe was like, instead of using like a flour filled dough, use the egg whites, like Maria Emmerich's egg white to like batter, and then you stuff it on the inside with your pepperoni, some cheese, you know, that kind of thing. And it was so good. She also made the protein sparing cinnamon rolls on the weekends, and those were amazing too. So I will drop those recipe links down below, but it was such a good week of eating. Like, yum. So another thing to point out, it's hotter now, so in Texas at least, so I've been sweating a lot, getting my exercise in, my activity levels increasing, and just overall, I don't hold on a lot of bloat right now because I'm eating carnivore, which does, when you're eating a carbohydrate diet, you're holding on to water. Carnivore you don't hold on to water, it passes through you quickly. So it's easy to become dehydrated, it's easy to feel sluggish, so you're gonna keep up with your salts. Speaking of electrolytes and workouts and activities, if you wanna try LMNT electrolytes, use my special link down below and get a free sample pack of 8 unique flavors for free. All you have to do is pay for shipping, and this promo is only available with my link down below and only available for a limited time, and also limit 1 per customer. But I swear by LMNT electrolytes. My absolute favorite is watermelon, raspberry, and citrus. I've been living on those for the past 3 months now. Absolutely love them, and they have really made the difference in between my energy levels. So, and speaking of energy levels, let's talk about the gym activity versus what I've been doing on my walking. So when it came to the gym my gym workouts, strength training specifically, I did notice a difference between when I was having carbs in my life and having no carbs with the training. My personal feeling is I feel it's the same workout and it feels harder to do. So I can complete the same reps and everything I was doing. It just feels a lot heavier. Like I feel like I have less power. But if that just means I gotta push a little harder to not have all the cravings and all the noise and the chaos, I'm willing to put in that little extra work in my workouts. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying in general, I did slightly notice less power. However, still able to complete the workout as is. It was just harder. So one other thing I did make sure to do is get a lot of walking in. My husband had a good schedule this week where he was home. We could take a lunch break or after dinner, and we ended up walking 25 miles this week. And I tell you, walking, just a regular casual pace, oh my gosh, feels so wonderful. Another good way to stress relieve, to move your body. So again, another reason why I need so many electrolytes, I was active all week. And while you're doing gym workouts and actual walking, later in the day, I definitely felt the need for lots of hydration. Okay, and one last thing, everybody wants to know the weigh-in. Now, I have not worn a sports bra and leggings on a weekly weigh-in video in forever, a long time. So you can actually see a physique change. I'm gonna get back into taking my pictures so you can see the shrink down, my definition coming back in my belly. I'm not looking so round anymore. You can tell I've been doing things. I've been making progress. So a lot of you thought or got a real kick out of the fact that I named my scale Karen. Karen likes to be mouthy. Karen, sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm glad you guys all took that in a humorous way. But if you have a fun name, you should name your scale too, because it's all about laughing and trying to just make the most of it, you know? And sometimes Karen tells me things that I don't want to hear, but sometimes Karen tells me good things, like this week. So I kicked off the week at 224.2. And today I was 221.2. So that is a solid 3 pounds off my body. Now remember last week I was down 6 pounds? A lot of that, or most of that, was probably water weight. This week I'm not carrying bloat. This is a fresh week, no bloat, and it was true fat loss in my opinion. I got lots of activities done, and as far as strength training and walking, and I ate appropriately. I ate intuitively. And I ate the foods that my body needs. So 3 pounds came off so easy, and I couldn't be happier. It's like, yes, yes. So altogether, since starting Carnivore, Ketovore, I'm down 9 pounds. So that is like, yes, step in the right direction. The momentum is going. I feel like I'm on the right track, and I'm proud of myself. I fought for those numbers. I will say, for the first time in a long time, it was an easy week. It was like maddening how easy it was to just eat protein. The meal planning part, so easy. Because when it came to a family of 6, my dad and I are eating this way. So for my husband, my mom, and my kids, they would eat the same protein. I would just make them a vegetable on the side. Or my mom would say, let me make, something on the side. So easy. So overall, my dad's crushing it too. We're about neck and neck, pound for pound. But the fact that I've got somebody doing this with me, it makes it awesome. So kudos to Dad. Keep going. They're only here for a couple more weeks, and then so I need to make sure we get as much progress done together while we're together and have a buddy before he heads home, when my parents head home. So, but anyways, another thing I forgot. I was looking at the calendar, I'm like, dang, I'm turning 40 years old this year. So there's nothing more amazing that I could do for myself other than give myself the gift of health for my 40th birthday. So that's in the end of August. So I have like 4 or 5 months or so to get to my goal weight. And this gives me something to work towards, to push, to remember at the end of my mind, like, you know what? You're turning 40. Give yourself this gift. Fight for yourself. That kind of thing. And not to mention summer. Swimsuit season is upon us. Cute summer dresses. So lots of things to just look forward to. And at the end of the day, remember what you need to do to get to your goals. And that's where I'm at. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope if you're doing any type of carnivore, Ketovore, strict keto, whatever the heck may be, comment below and tell me how you are doing. So that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks LMNT for sponsoring this video. Use that link below to get your free sample pack.